Hello and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS in the Scarlet Owl Tavern. My name is Winona, and today I will be playing my namesake, Winona. And I'm with the wonderful, amazing, talented, awesomest person.
Jack Toonkind. Not true, not true. Jack Meatkind. Howdy, hello. Today I will be playing Headlights, and I'm still Jack.
Indeed,
Thanks for checking.
indeed you are, and I'm glad I checked.
It's important to check. You gotta make sure you've got the right Jack.
mm-hmm.
That's it, that's the end of that list.
Yep, indeed. And today we'll be playing the game Clearing the Rust, where Winona is a monster hunter by trade as her day job. And say she goes around either capturing or relocating or if need be killing monsters from places where they probably should not be. And recently, she's got an assignment to a weapon store back in Toontown. Apparently, they're having some pest trouble, and they want some help clearing them out. They don't care how they do it; they just want them out of there. And Winona does say they didn't really specific say, hey, you're going to be paired up with another person. And Winona feels very much safer when there's at least one other person coming to her with any job. So she's decided, let's see anyone around the tower. They'll split the reward, say for this. So what's Headlights doing right now?
Headlights often hangs out in the rafters. He doesn't live there anymore, but he does often hang up out there. Hang up? Hang out up there. And he does his paperwork up there most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Meadow has a writing desk in their room, but Headlights does not. He does all of his paperwork in the rafters, which is, of course, the best place to do paperwork, objectively. Um, so I imagine he's up there working on either grading, I'll say he's grading papers. He's grading papers both for Ben and for his college students at the same time.
Nice. Yeah, and I'm gonna make a perception check because Winona would not suspect someone to be in the rafters. Let's see, perception. But apparently, it's a 18 plus 1 equals 19. So,
I think he's definitely perceivable.
yes, I think he is perceivable. So Winona is like looking around the tavern. She doesn't really see anyone say that she particularly knows like off the bat, and then she maybe hears some creaking above her, and then looks up and sees headlights in the rafters, and then looks confused.
I will roll a perception check also, because he's locked in. He's working. His important business job.
Indeed.
That's an 18. Um, he'll kind of look up from his paper and go, "Oh, hi, Winona. You want to come into the rafters?"
I feel like I should be. Why are you in the rafters?
"Oh, I'm doing paperwork." And he holds up the paper he's grading.
Do you always hang out in the rafters?
When I do paperwork.
What is?
Sometimes I'm in the lab. Sometimes I'm in Marion's room. There's a
Wait,
nap room somewhere. I haven't found it yet.
wait. There's a lab.
Yeah,
Huh. I shouldn't be surprised when
that's
the
where I
owner.
go to take naps and eat snacks.
Fair. Winona doesn't really say the quiet part out loud. It's like, be careful that you don't eat the wrong snacks. But she's like, huh, I mean, I'm surprised, but I probably shouldn't be. I mean, the owner is a artificer. Of course, they probably have a lab of some kind. But anyways,
Chloe's an artificer?
you didn't know that?
No, I just thought she was a tavern keeper and a mom.
I mean, you could be more than one thing.
Yeah, she's also a mom.
Yeah, I know that. That was a surprise. I did think of her as a mother, but that's a different subject entirely. Um, do you think you can come down for a second?
Oh, yeah, sure. I need to roll an acrobatics. That's a 10. Um, I don't think he breaks a table this time, but he does just fall out of the rafters completely 100%.
Oh my gosh, are you all right?
Yeah, I do this all the time. I think he says this from the ground.
If you say so. You don't need healing, do you?
Nah, I'm okay. He'll dust himself off, do a big shake.
All right. Want to make sure. But hey, I recently got a job in Toontown clearing out some possible pests in a weapon shop. Do you want to come along with me?
Yeah, okay. That sounds fun.
Thank you. I don't really like going alone on missions. I usually have at least one other person, or they usually hire a group. But apparently, say they only say they were only able to get me on the line for this particular job, and say I did ask if they would allow others to possibly join if I knew anyone, and they said fine. So you'll definitely be getting a reward for this too. Like, don't worry, you will get paid.
I get money? I don't think he was paying very close attention up until then, and he was like, whoa,
Yeah, that's basic adventuring work. You do a job and you get money.
really? I like money.
I feel like everyone likes money. I'm surprised you didn't know this.
I didn't know adventures got you money.
I mean, say any reputable adventurers, say jobs do give money.
Oh, job. Not from just whatever.
Yeah, just normal jobs. But but anyways, yeah, thank you for doing. Thanks for coming along. With me. I could show you. I don't have any like teleportation magic yet, but Toontown's not that far of a walk away. Do you just want to start? You want to just start walking?
Yeah, okay.
Unless you,
And he will. He just leaves. He doesn't know where he's going. He's gone.
Winona is like, wait up for me. You don't even know where you're going. As she quickly follows after him and makes sure he knows where he's going. But yeah, you guys unless say for some reason headlights have like teleportation magic or like a steed spell or something. Say Winona will walk them all the way to Toontown and lead them to the weapon shop. Say that they're here to inspect. It's just like it's just a it's just the run of mill weapon shop for adventurers or anything. There it's the shop's name is Weapons, Weapons, and More Weapons.
Forgive me for just a moment. Something is happening to my character sheet.
Oh
Uh,
no! Oh no!
they took his race away.
Oh no! They took his
And
race away.
let me try logging out and logging back in. My all of my content is gone.
Oh no. That's a problem. What do
Okay.
you use?
Uh I use Dungeon Master's Vault.
That makes sense. That that particular website is a I have not been is a I have always had trouble with. I don't know why.
It has never harmed me before.
For some reason, it does not like me. It has always harmed me.
I think I will have to. Let's see. I think what happened is I just cleaned my.
Yeah, if you clean your cache, that probably would do it. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Discord, what is wrong with you? Oh no, do I not have internet? Shoot! Oh no. Come on. I think I know how to fix this. Fix this. I think I know how to fix this. Hopefully this works. Come on, do I know how to? Oh,
Howdy!
oh, hello. Good, you can hear me. Okay, I have.
I can hear you.
I can. You can hear me. I was gonna do a mobile hotspot for myself, but I say apparently the Wi-Fi got back on. I will probably say if this happens again, I will put it back on there. I will put it on there just in case.
We live in technical difficulty world.
Yeah, ironically, both of us have like thunderstorms in our current areas, so this is gonna be fun. We will figure this out. We will figure this out. But anyways, yeah, this is just a weapon shop called Weapons, Weapons, and More Weapons because I can't think of a better name right now. And it's a
I think that's a lovely name.
and just as the side said, this particular place does a lot of weapons, and there's all different kinds of weapons: martial weapons, simple weapons, weapons that say are very cartoonish in nature. Like there's a little section that is like different size cannons.
I I do have to say, Headlights has something of a kleptomania problem.
Oh no.
I'm rolling sleight of hand. 9.
Is a Winona will definitely say, "Oh no, that's only a 7." Winona is not looking at them at the moment. They're like,
He rolled a 2, actually. That's his modifier.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Winona is not paying attention to headlights. They're paying attention to the shop. They are say they are making they're trying to inspect the weapons and seeing where they can find the source of of their blight.
I think as she's inspecting the weapons, he reaches up to grab we can do something with this. He reaches up to grab a comically large mace with the intention of taking it home with him. Uh, but instead, he lifts it for a second, and then there's a big, massive thump as the weight of it drags him to the ground.
That, oh my gosh. Yeah, and Winona would say probably jump at that. It's like, ah! And turns around.
I was testing gravity. It still works. It's okay. His big thumbs up.
I mean, most of the time gravity works, but all right. Um, say help me look to see if there's any signs of the critters.
What do they look like?
Uh, they're they're bugs apparently. I have a good feeling of what it probably is, but I don't like making assumptions until say more evidence is clear.
He lights up at the mention of bugs. Um, and suddenly he's 2 apples tall and he skitters out from under the mace and is scampering around the building looking for bugs. May I roll an investigation?
Yes, and you could do it with advantage since Winona is helping.
That's good. That was a crit fail.
Yeah, good thing they're helping.
19.
Yeah, say you or say at first your mind was like bugs, 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 but then you see something in say in the corner, and you see rust. It looks like a trail of rust, and then you sort of follow the trail of rust until say you find what looks to be like some say weapons that have been literally taken, like bites have been taken out of them. Like this long sword has like multiple bites on it for very small looking say bite marks.
Headlights tilts his head to one side and then the other side. And then he is going to try and bite the sword.
Unless you can eat metal,
He cannot.
say headlights just clangs their teeth on the metal.
Hmm. Devil magic.
Let me see. As Winona comes over and inspects. Huh. The metal has been bitten out of, and there's a lot of rust around it. As she then sort of nods her head sagely. Yeah, this is great. This has been say this is the sort of evidence I need. I think I know what we're dealing with.
Headlights nods also and just kind of whispers, termites.
A sort of termites. You're not wrong. I think we're dealing with some rust monsters.
Oh, I know what that is. I need to roll a deception. 15.
I'll say Winona will insight that. That's a nat 20. They fully see through this, and they sort of play along. Yeah, say rust. I mean, it makes sense if they're rust monsters since they love eating metal. These sort of bugs are usually from the underground, but I have heard of rumors of them traveling to cities because of all the iron and metal and stuff.
Headlights nods along.
I love headlights.
He's helping. Barely. Not very much at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now the trouble is we need to figure out how they're getting in. They say into the shop.
Headlights, I believe, has been 2 apples tall this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he starts sniffing along the ground, looking for mouse holes and such.
Make an investigation check.
I will. 18.
Yeah, since you're only
We got the
two
bad roll
apples.
out of our system.
Yes. Since you are only 2 apples tall, you're able to scurry around and see places that normal big people don't usually see. And you notice that one of the ventilation grates on the floor of the shop in the corner has been bitten out of.
Headlights touches it a few times. I'm not sure what he's testing, honestly, but he's testing it.
Yeah, and the
And
sort of
then he calls out.
yeah, and as you touch it, the metal sort of just crumbles away as the hole that's in the vent is now grown a little bit bigger.
Winona, I found it.
Oh, let me see. As they go over and look, as they look, it's like, that makes sense. Ventilation shafts. Though usually
I do think
rust,
he's going to crawl in there.
yeah. Be careful. Rust monsters are usually bigger than this, but again, I have heard that they become smaller as they've moved into the cities, or we could be dealing with possible like colony situation. But I don't want to doom scroll this, but just be careful, headlights.
He is all the way in there now, just skittering about.
Do you want to make a survival check?
I do. I would love to roll anything. Wow, dirty 20.
Nice. Yeah, your headlights is just locked in as they follow like the trail of rust. It's like inside there seems to be no metal that has been bitten out of per se, but you can definitely see there has been a heavy trail of like rust dust in the vent systems, and you're easily be able to track it until you find another opening to the vent that has been fully chewed out of. It's a much more bigger hole, and you look down to see what looks to be maybe a basement area, and you sort of look around and there seems to be like boxes, and you see different size boxes, and you do see some weapons like poked out of them, but most of them are in those like toonish large crates.
I love toonish large crates. Um, I'm going to roll an intelligence really quickly to decide. That was a 15. That was perfectly average.
Indeed.
Um,
It's technically above average.
Technically above average. He's going to skitter back to Winona to report his findings instead of just hopping down there and scampering.
Hmm. If I had to take say if I had to say get an idea, I'm betting there's a basement and or storage area downstairs below the shop. Maybe they've been getting in say in through say another hole in the basement and making their hidey hole there, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I was going to jump down myself and poke around, but then I got worried that I would get eaten by a big scary monster.
No, you made the right call in coming back. Let's go down. Say find this. Let's find the stairs to this basement, and let's go down together.
He is so happy to receive praise.
Aw, baby. Love this little guy.
He loves to be small.
I love this 2 apple say tall baby. He's adorable.
We don't need a bloodhound. We have an adult man.
Indeed. And let's see. Winona's gonna make a investigation check then to find the entrance to this, I say, to this basement. That die is cocked. There we go. That is I think that's a 21. Nice. So
Yippee!
19 plus 2. So yeah, Winona say after some looking around, they find the door that opens up and leads down to the basement area. And Winona smiles as I need to say I'm gonna make her a quick intelligence check. She would probably know this naturally, but at the same time. Apparently not today. Because that's a 8. Winona doesn't think maybe we should go down stealthily and instead just starts walking down.
Headlights, I think, follows her example and just scampers down there with his bright flashlight eyes.
Hee hee. And say Wino gets down there and like say headlights had saw say above say this is a what looks to be the back sort of area storage area for the shop that holds like the extra weaponry and or stock that they can't really all put out upstairs.
If I was a termite, I would live in a giant crate. Headlights says this out loud and runs over to a crate and touches it.
1 second, I need to check something.
Headlights is immediately consumed by a mimic. Goodbye, Headlights.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your passive what's your passive perception?
15.
Okay, thank God. They weren't able to beat that as you do not get sneak attacked right away as 2 rust monsters as you go to investigate the crates jump out at you.
I think Headlights get scared big.
And you should. Rust monsters are technically a medium class monstrosity.
Small Headlights arches like a cat, and as the camera turns to Winona for a second to get her reaction, he is large again. I have found the creature!
You have found the creatures! Winona gets out her wand and roll for initiative.
Yippee!
They were originally
I'm rolling
hiding
awesome
because we
today.
Yeah, I say they were originally hiding because we made so much noise, but then Headlights decided to immediately look at the crates.
Go touch them.
This die does not like me today. That is only an 8 for myself.
Uh-oh.
I'll have to use the other dice. And Headlights is a good 20. Nice.
Yeah.
Headlights, what would you like to do? There are two rest monsters, say, in front of you.
Headlights got startled. And when he gets startled, what he tends to do is summon a creature. This is what he's good at.
Fair.
Let me see.
Are they using a particular spell?
They are. They're using conjure animals.
Okay.
I am searching for beasts he can do. We'll do these ones.
Say, which ones does he choose?
I'm going to send a screenshot.
Nice.
This is an unreasonable number of spiders. How much would you like to hate me today?
Hey, I'm on vacation technically right now. I can't. I'm. Not, I say you. It's rare that you can get me in a bad mood in a game.
8 giant spiders.
Fair enough. Let me pull that up.
I believe. Let me. Yep, those are. Who was that? Those are a 1/4 challenge rating, so I can do 8 of them.
Yep. Yeah.
8 giant enemy spiders.
Yep. 8 giant wolf spiders. Alright. Yep. There they all are.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just gonna say I'm just glad I had the brains to put this on say shard where I can say at least keep track of everything.
That is a very good idea.
And I have all the stats blocks along with them.
Yippee!
So
See, here's
yeah,
his train of thought. He was thinking of termites. He was expecting termites. And he knows that spiders eat bugs.
you're not wrong.
So on instinct, he did 8 giant spiders.
8 giant spiders. Yes.
As you do. This solves most problems.
Indeed, this solves most problems. What are you telling
Not
these
enough spiders in your house. That's
what
one of the
is
problems it solves.
fair? Say, I'm assuming you're telling the wolf spiders to attack these, say, rest monsters.
I think so. I think he summons them. I like him doing shadowy magic.
Ooh.
So he gets startled, jolts up to regular size. And then these spiders kind of clamber out of the shadows in the basement. And he is not being a brave boy. He's all cowering, but he points at the rust monsters and he goes, kill that thing dead. The
Yeah,
evil termite!
that's fair. Let's see. Uh, let's see. What's the AC of one of these guys? Okay, 14. Okay, let's go down the line. And I'm just gonna do this on Shard just to make my life easier. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
first wolf spider misses. I should have a sticky note or something. Second wolf spider say attacks and does seven damage to the first one.
No one would be upset if you rolled to see who hit and then did damage.
That's fair. That one misses. That one hits. That one also hits. That one also hits. And that one also hits. So that should be all 8 of them. So 1, 2,
5 hits total.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. So that'd be 3d6s. Alright. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Plus 3. So that's 15 damage. Which,
Now we must do poison. Unless they are immune?
uh, 1 second.
Take your time forever.
No, that says that they ain't say they're not immune to poison.
Then I must ask for a Constitution saving throw.
Yep, I think those are, yeah, so, like, 6 out of these 8 guys were able to take a hit on these guys, so, what's the con save of this rust monster? They do make the save.
Cool.
So it's half as
They
much.
only take half. Yep.
So, God, that's a lot of poison damage. So, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This would definitely kill it outright, but I also like rolling dice.
Rolling dice is fun.
Yeah, that's 30. It's in total that's 38 damage, and half of that is gonna kill this rust monster outright.
That shouldn't be possible. It's only 2d6 poison damage.
Yeah, but all together from all the wolf spiders.
Oh shit, I forgot there's more than one.
Yeah. This is why I have Shard, so I can keep track of math. So that one's
Awesome.
fully dead. However, because of all the ruckus and commotion, you also have inadvertently woken what looks to be a coming out of the crate that you were looking at, a swarm of baby rust monsters that are like tiny.
Headlights shakes his hands and is tippy tapping on his hooves and goes, ew, 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 ew.
Oh, jeez, this is a full infestation. I mean, yep. As the rust monster, as the rust monster and the swarm of baby rust monsters, since you're the closest, they're gonna attack you first.
Yeah, fair is fair.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure 8 does not hit you.
8 does not hit.
Yeah. So the parent rust monster is does not hit you, but the swarm of baby rust monster is literally gonna start swarming you.
Headlights is not thrilled about this.
Does a 15 hit you?
17?
Okay. So AC is 17. Okay.
I was. No, no, it's not. I was clarifying. I couldn't hear you.
No, sorry, 15.
15 does hit me, yes.
Okay, 15 does hit you. Okay. So that's gonna be 4d4. So that's gonna be 10 piercing
Uh-oh.
damage as these baby rest monsters just start biting you.
Headlights is not thrilled. He wails. Winona, these aren't termites. These are yucky.
Yeah, these are rust monsters. Be careful. Wait. This is very important. Does does headlights have a metal on them?
Hmm. Let me look at him. I imagine his glasses are metal frames.
That is honestly fair. They're gonna start eating the glasses for sure. Is there any other
This is probably the
weaponry?
worst thing that's ever happened to him. Um, his weapon is a club. Uh, he has a crossbow. They could probably eat the crossbow bolts. What is his armor made of? Leather armor.
Yeah. So
Up, up,
is
up.
what is say say that should be okay.
Oh no, his awesome necklace. His necklace is made of metal.
Oh no. Yeah. So the say yeah they're gonna start eating the the necklace also.
He is not happy.
Actually, yeah. That yeah, it's gonna take say yeah. It's technically not is a technically not it's like a shield or is a shield or armor, so it can't lose AC. But the
No.
necklace is starting to get nommed on. As
I,
Winona,
not my turn. Go.
yeah. Let's see, what would be the best thing for Winona to do? Do 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 do. Yeah, Winona sees that the rust monster, like the giant wolf spiders, have this almost gonna be probably taken care of, so they're worrying about you right now. So what they're gonna do is actually, what would be the best thing? Say what? Say no. That unfortunately affects only me. So yeah, so they're gonna do a spell that you have not seen before, and it's called Shadow Puppet. And you see dark tendrils one of the points their wand at you, and dark tendrils start coming around it, and like wire you up like you are a puppet. However, Winona uses this so you can use your entire movement to get out of the swarm and be next to her.
B.
So So it's sort of like that Toonish reaction. It's like whoop as Winona like pulls you back, and the swarm has that vague outline at you, and then drops to the ground.
Awesome.
Are
I
you okay? Are you okay?
Headlights adjusts his glasses and the frames both fall to the ground because they're very not the frames, the actual glass
Mm-hmm.
just drops to the ground. And he blinks a few times before taking his friendship necklace, chewed as it is, and shoving it into his hammer space. If I may do this.
Of course.
They ate my things!
Yeah, they eat metal.
They are not termites, Winona. They
Yeah,
are
they're not.
devil magic.
You're not wrong. They are monstrous creatures. As it is
Emphasis on
now,
monstrous.
as it's now Headlight's turn.
Uh, he His spell is gone because of my fuck up. Uh,
Uh, yeah.
that is lame. So I cannot cast my awesome spell. But he does have a stick. His animals are concentration, so he is not going to cast another spell. But he is going to.
Oh yeah, you do
Can I roll
need.
hammer space for him to pull his weapon out?
Yes, but first, do roll for concentration. I forgot that's a concentration
Oh yeah.
spell. Yeah, roll for concentration since they did get a hit on you.
I forget what to roll.
Uh,
Concentrate. What do I roll for concentration?
you roll your spell. You roll your spell casting modifier.
Oh, okay. That is a 12. We may be out of spiders.
Nope, they say you just need to be a 10.
Oh, okay. Cool. We're locked in then.
We're locked in. But yeah, what does Headlights want to do before the wolf spiders gang up on all these?
He pulls a straight up baseball bat out of his hammer space and is going to scamper over to the swarm and try and hit them with his baseball bat.
All right, roll to hit.
That was a nat 20.
Oh yeah,
He is really not thrilled about his necklace.
yeah, yeah. Roll double dice. That's how I roll. Say critical successes like this. I roll double the dice for whatever you're gonna hit.
Fantastic. My strength modifier is -1. Do I do -2 for double dice or -1?
uh, no, just -1. You just double the dice. You don't do anything to the modifier.
My reward.
5.
He's not very strong.
No, he isn't. But you at least do
I
hit. You do squish some of the bugs.
I imagine that he, if I may, if my flavor text,
Of course, go
he
ahead.
pulls his hammer out, does this great big wind up. We get like the glowing effect on his bat that turns everything black and white and dramatic shading, and he slams it into the ground, and crushes a single bug.
Yeah.
All these great effects to do 5 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, all
uh,
right. Giant wolf spiders. That's. I'm
Wait
just
a minute.
gonna roll.
I
What?
might have something.
Okay.
I Another enemy of the creature I imagine is within 5 feet, considering my spiders.
Yep.
I can do 1d6 extra damage. Headlights has 1 load bearing rogue level.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a 6, man.
You got a 6. Are you attacking the swarm or the monster?
The swarm.
All right.
The same hit as he was doing before, he just gets extra damage.
Fair. That's fair. All right. So I'm just gonna roll 8d20s and see how many of these guys hit, just to make it a bit
Yeah,
easier.
make it easier.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits. Okay.
Not
So
bad.
only 3 of them say hit, and let's see if they take any additional. Let's first roll the say the piercing damage. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 13 for the initial hit. And let's see if any of these guys actually save on their con. Let's see if this saves on. Let's see if they save their con save. Nope, they fail it.
Awesome. Full poison.
Full poison. So that's gonna be 2, 4, 6. That's gonna be 66 poison damage.
Awesome.
And that's actually the exact amount that it takes to kill this thing.
Yippee!
So, as the wolf spiders take on this one rust monster, the swarm of beetles or I should say, swarm of baby rust monsters, then go and let's see. They're gonna say since they're they would attack Winona next because she technically has metal on her. As they
Wow.
start swarming her, and I need to roll. I need to roll something. Yeah, because that would have advantage since that's actually on her person. So, yeah, they start swarming her and say swarming Winona, and she like tries to flick them away, and they start getting into her laptop.
Uh-oh.
And you see at first a bright, shining, zappy light coming from her laptop bag, and that even made Winona jump, and it crashed and dropped her laptop bag on the floor as a small handful of the baby rust monsters start to come out, but hey, wait, those don't look like rust monsters anymore, as they look like small flying beetles of law, say with elongated like jaws. And 1 second, please, let me get this up.
Bug.
They say what say what originally went in as a rust monster comes out as one of these. Say like a small handful of these guys.
Lovely. Little
However,
bug.
these guys fly away out of the basement, and Winona is just wildly shocked about this. She's like, "What the hell just happened?" It as is a. Do you want to make an insight check really quickly?
I would love to. 18.
Winona has a face of recognition and dreaded horror of what she just witnessed. However, she then is a let's see, do is a this will allow them to get a free attack on her, which basically gets her back into the game. So let's see. Yeah, she takes 7 piercing damage. And what she's gonna do is cast Arms of Hadar at 3rd level.
Nice. Go,
Which,
my Winona. Be awesome.
as she then, say, grabs her wands and starts whispering something as almost like black ink leaks out of her, her wand pen. Like, because technically her wand looks like a fountain pen. And it starts leaking out, say, ink that covers the ground, say, literally right underneath her, and starts destroying. Let me make my. Let me get them to make their deck saves because I'm pretty sure it's a deck save. Da, da, da. Oh, strength save. Never mind. These guys are shit at strength saves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. So that is a full force. Say Arms of Hadar at 3rd level.
I hope they explode into 1 billion pieces.
Let me just get out my dice. Because I'm pretty sure I have. Say, say 1, 2, 3. Do I really not have a 4th D6 on me right now? Fine, I'll roll one of these again twice. You happy? I say, you happy, dice? Are you happy?
Don't mock them until after you roll.
Okay, that's pretty good. So, 4,
Yippee!
let's say 4 plus 4 plus 6. And let's the last one. Okay, that's a 1. So that's 15 damage. I say in total if I have my math correctly. So that's going to be enough to knock out the rest of this swarm. So this swarm is being like swatted away and sliced by these these inky tentacles that lash out around her.
Awesome.
And the bugs seem to have gone. Or destroyed.
Midlights will check. Not gently. He's kicking over crates and stuff and being like, "Bug, evil bug, that is messed up and evil."
Uh, 1 second.
I can roll investigation.
Yeah, roll investigation. All right. Can you also make a strength saving? Can you also make a strength and or athletics? Say, say, say. I cannot speak right now. Athletics roll, please.
And I don't think that copied correctly. My investigation was a 13.
All right. Yeah, 13, you say you're easily able to find which crate is the problem crate where they came out, say, where the larger beetles were protecting and where the swarm originally came out of. However, you're not able to open the crate itself.
Uh, Headlights is going to look at it. And he's going to cast a spell. These are wooden crates, correct?
Yeah, these are wooden, bog standard, like toonish, woonish, say, wooden crates.
Headlights is going to start a fire.
It's just a crate, so yeah, you just start burning this crate. And as you do, Winona is like trying to process. Like, we move the camera slightly. You can see Winona is like was in the middle of trying to process something as she like looks at her as she like is like over her laptop bag and looking inside, and she looks like she is sighing softly as she investigates her laptop, and it looks like no say they hadn't eaten the laptop. However, there is a she did does like look up at the is a at the, like up at the stairs where the open door is, and she's very much in a face of absolute fear. However, that is however say Headlights does not see this because they're starting a fire, and once she smells smoke, she whips around. She's like, Headlights!
They lived in here, so I decided they should have no housing. Like a politician. His bright, shining eyes.
Just be careful. Don't say it. She now is in a panic, but making sure to say this is the only crate that burns. Like, she doesn't want to start a fire in this say in this store.
Headlights does not help. I'm gonna be so real with you. He's just focused on his fire.
Winona is gonna run upstairs, come back down with a fire extinguisher, and just like she's on fire duty now. She's making sure no other fire like gets on any other crates.
Headlights sits and watches his fire. His tail wags.
Actually, I do have a better. I do have a better idea. I need a roll something to make to see if this actually happens or not. Yeah, the fire alarms go off, and the fire and the water sprinklers start say turn on too.
Awesome.
As Winona is like, oh dear God, as as the fire is like put out, and all there's left is like crumbling rubble. However, what is there is some like evidence that there are like bug eggs in there, which Winona does squish.
Headlights will help.
And she just also makes sure nothing else is on fire, as she also used the fire extinguisher to get out the rest of the flames, along with the help of the water from the sprinkler system.
We did a good thing today, Winona.
Yeah, we definitely solved that mystery. Yeah. Do you want to make an insight check?
Sure. We made the world a better, safer place.
Winona is
17.
trying to hide this, but there is a sense of absolute dread, say, emanating from her right now, and worry.
I do think Headlights picks up on this, but he doesn't want Winona to know. So he just kind of, dusts off his hands and is like, want to get ice cream?
Yeah, let's. I will. Let me go outside and send a paper plane, telling them to say we got the problem down. But yeah, ice cream sounds good. As she does her best to give a small smile as she then goes outside and writes that paper plane.
Headlights blows a raspberry at the rubble that he burned before following her.
Yeah, and they is a and Winona writes her letter and then go is a and releases it, and they're like, okay, that is done. Um, any ice cream places that you are in particular like?
May I roll an investigation quick while she is working on her letter?
Yes.
That is a 15. He is looking for the little bugs that escaped.
The bugs that you were looking for do not seem to be here.
Shame. He pretends like he wasn't looking and then goes, I know one. My friends told me about it. I don't remember where it is or its name.
Huh. I mean, if you remember sometime, I would love going to it. But there's probably an ice cream place around here if we walk around, say, long enough, or we can find one.
I believe in us. And he picks a random direction.
And Winona follows him, as there's still something that is on her mind, but she's not voicing it out loud.
Headlights will not bring it up, I don't think. He doesn't know Winona well enough yet. But he will buy her ice cream. Or steal it. Let's see. I'm rolling a sleight of hand to see if he's paying for this. I think he's paying for this.
Nice.
Always worth a shot.
Always worth a shot. But yeah, if headlights doesn't say anything, yeah, they just say Winona's mood does get better with the ice cream, but there's still this does get better with the ice cream. She's like still a little bit worried, but she's not focused on that worry for right now. She's enjoying this ice cream with her friend, and they do some and I can see them like ending this off, fading out to black on them having small talk and laughing and everything.
Yeah. Awesome. That was
However,
fun. We rolled really well.
indeed,
We're
however,
the best at monster hunting.
Indeed. However, we do get a little prologue as those couple little bugs that say we saw earlier. Say we see say we say as the camera say blacks out, it fades open again on the bugs flying in the air as they seem to be leaving Toontown and going to the outskirts edges of the forest. However, those outskirt edges of the forest you can see in the tiny corner of the screen the Scarlet Owl Tavern as something new lurks in this forest now.
Awesome.
And that's where we're going to end it.
Perfect. Thank you, listeners, past, present, and future. I
Yes,
spin you.
yes. Thank you all. Hope you have a good evening, good morning, good night. Good time zone. Bye bye.
Goodbye.